Hello everybody, this is Woolrig, and we are on episode 21 of Infinity Evolved Normal Mode. So, still sitting here, making slate. As I said previously, you've got to be a little bit patient when you're doing blood magic. It's not the fastest thing on the planet, at least not for now. But I think we're getting pretty close to where we can start to really ramp some things up. So today I've got some ideas. Last time we got our tier 3 altar. I did add a couple of capacity runes here. And so now my altar actually has a maximum storage capacity of 20,000 LP. And yeah, it's pretty good. So go ahead and turn that off and let these last couple finish up. I'm making these reinforced slate because I've got an idea for some adventures in blood magic. So the next thing I want to build is what's called the Ritual Diviner. And this allows me to start making rituals, which I can use to do pretty cool stuff. The Ritual Diviner, there's 2 of them. Actually, there's 3, it looks like. I'm not sure what that one's for exactly. Oh, Dusk. Cannot place Dusk, can place Dusk, can place Dusk and Dawn. Aha, and that one, oh, that's a new one. Oh wow. I don't think I knew there was a 3rd tier. That's cool. Anyway, we're going to start with the first one. Ritual Diviner. We need this elemental inscription tool, which each one of these takes a different type of item in a tier 3 blood altar, which fortunately we have. So it looks like obsidian, lapis, magma cream, and a ghast tier. So let's go over to the AE system here and see what we can find. Alright, first one is lapis. I should have enough to make a block of lapis. Just like so. Then we need our divination sigil, or sorry, our obsidian. Doesn't help when I look at something and try to talk at the same time. Magma cream. Looks like I have one. Cool. I think I can make that. Yeah, I can make it with blaze powder and slime, or coagulated blood. So that's not terribly difficult to make if I need more, but I have one. And the last thing I need is a ghast tier. And fortunately, I've had a run-in with a couple of ghast in the nether, and I happen to have one of those. So, let's get started on this. Let's see, I think each one of these takes, was it 1,000 LP? Yeah, looks like 1,000 LP. We're going to go ahead and cap this off, just for good measure. I've been keeping my incense burning here, so that's why that last burst there just completely filled this thing up. Alright. Oops. I need to put power on that guy so he doesn't pull stuff out. So I'm going to go through and just imbue these 4 items, and as I do that, you can see it turns into this basically different colored chalk, if you want to think of it that way. You can use this straight out to write on a ritual stone to color them, but when we put them all together in the divination, or in the the Ritual Diviner, sorry, they will do it automatically, which is pretty darn cool. So let me just get these last 2 and we'll be ready to craft some more. Gas tier. Perfect. Okay. And I'm pretty sure I should have at least one emerald left. Oh yeah, I've got more than enough. Except I need to grab some diamonds. I will get all this storage and inventory brought back together here at some point. But for now, it's working okay this way. Ritual Diviner. So the way this works is if I shift right click, I can cycle through all of the different rituals that I can make. And in this case, oops, let's take a look at our book. Sanguine Scientium. There's a whole section in here on rituals, where it talks about rituals, how to make them, how to do stuff with them. The first ritual that I want to build is actually the ritual of binding. And so here we can see the pattern that the ritual of binding is made up by. I don't think it tells me... No, it doesn't tell me how many I need, but if I go through my ritual diviner, I can left click and right click to go forward and back. So I've got it set on the ritual of binding, and now if I mouse over this and hit shift, it's going to actually tell me how many total ritual stones I need, and so it adds it up at the bottom, and there we see a total of 24. Ritual stones are made using reinforced slate, which fortunately I got a few of those. So the way this works is that we need to start off with a master ritual stone in the middle and then surround it by these regular ritual stones. So let's go ahead and get some of this stuff crafted. I first want to make sure I have enough obsidian. I don't think I do, because I'm going to need a total of 28 obsidian. There's another 20, so that should add to my 20 and give me 40. I can do math. So we start off with these ritual stones, like so. I need to grab an orb, throw those in, and I'm going to make 28 of these. I only need 24 for the ritual, but I need 4 of these to go back in and make the master ritual stone, like so. The next thing I'm going to need is what's called a weak activation crystal. And that's done by imbuing a lava crystal with 10,000 LP. Lava crystal is like so, which looks like I'm going to need some buckets and some lava. That is going to probably take a quick trip down to bedrock, or near bedrock, to get myself some lava. If I'm going to go down there, I might as well grab a tank and bring some more back with me. Alright, back into Flash. Okay, 1 lava crystal. Check. Piece of cake. And this lava crystal is actually pretty cool. I don't know if I think I have to bind it to myself. Yeah, so I right-clicked it, and now it shows as my current owner. But what's neat with this, these are kind of fun to play with. So if I grab, like say I grab a furnace, just a standard old furnace, and plop it down here. What the lava crystal does is it basically becomes fuel for any kind of furnace-y type thing. So like if I throw some cobblestone in here, it'll start to burn this. Now what it's doing is it's actually pulling energy out of my soul network. So that lava crystal's bound to me, and if you watch, I'll just right-click this a few times, we should see that my soul network will start to go down. Yeah, so every operation takes, I don't know, what is that, 35 LP to basically smelt something. So that is, that's kind of the primary function of the lava crystal. I'll go ahead and let it cook down there. But for right now, our needs have it required for a different reason. So we're going to go in here and make sure that, yes, we do in fact have more than 10,000. We're going to throw this on and let it imbue. And a short fast forward later, there we go. We have ourselves a weak activation crystal. And again, right click it, and now it's bound to me. That's important because the weak activation crystal does actually require LP from your soul network to do its activations. So now what are we going to do? Let's see, we've got our master ritual stone, we've got our other ritual stones. Let me put some stuff away that I got while I was down getting lava. Don't need any of this junk. Imbued slate we'll use later for other things. And oh, right. The last thing I'm going to need here before I get started is a diamond sword. So, that's my first diamond sword, I think. Maybe not. I didn't get any awards or achievements. Anyway, I need to come over here where there's a little bit of space, and I'm going to take my master stone and just kind of place it down right about there. And if we go back and look, see if we can look at our layout here. So it looks like if we go out 1, 2 in each direction, we're going to have one there, 1, 2, one there, 1, 2, one there, 1, 2, one there. So the way this works is that this will not clear out stuff that's in the way of the ritual. And so in order to kind of get it recessed into the ground a little bit, I've got to clear everything out manually. I don't think the water's going to mess with it, but it might. So let's just go ahead and cap that off. And that should about get us started. So if we go here and look, we see we are on the ritual of binding. And what I can do is I can right-click this master ritual stone, and as I right-click it, we're going to get some particle effects, and it's going to start placing blocks for the ritual. As long as I've got the stones in my inventory, it will start placing them. So let's go. And we should see it's placing stuff. Something is in the way. That's in the way. Ah, good. And like that, it's done. This is a pretty simple ritual. This is kind of one of the more basic ones that you start with. Let's go ahead and put some torches down to make sure we don't get things spawning on it. And now this guy's ready. So what I'm looking to make here is, let's see if I can find the entry for it. Alright, so I couldn't find the entry for it right off the bat. I'm sure it's in the book somewhere. But what I'm looking to make here is what's called the Bound Blade. So this is a sword that basically has a soul bound to it, in essence. And it's kind of a powerful sword. You see it's got a plus 12 attack damage. The durability is kind of irrelevant because it draws power from my soul network to compensate for durability. There are actually bound shovels and axes and picks, so we can make all of those. But the nice thing with the bound blade is that it's going to give me something that's called a soul soul fragment. What am I looking for? It is that guy, a weak blood shard. There we go. So if we look at this, I can't actually craft these. It takes quite a bit of LP to be able to craft these. And one of the things that I need those for is if we go back in our book here and we start looking at this. Let's look at the architect and go and look what it takes to get to a tier 4 altar. So there's, I think I talked about it before, there's ends up being 28 additional stones that need to be placed down. And then it's capped off here with these red blocks. And those are red blocks that are made up from, you guessed it, weak blood shards. So fortunately, I only need one, and I get 32 bloodstone bricks. So that's pretty efficient, but I need one blood shard. And like I said, you can craft them if you already have one, but the only way to get one is with a bound blade. Killing things with a bound blade. So, how do we make a bound blade? With a ritual of binding. Kind of makes sense. Why not? To activate this ritual, we're going to need 5,000 LP in our soul network. It's good. I got 26,000. I'm ready to go. So if I right-click the Master Ritual Stone, we get some particle effects, and we get a nice little thing here. Now, you want to be careful. This ritual is active and awaiting an item. So as soon as I throw this in, we're going to get some lightning strikes and some chaos and fire, and things will happen. So just kind of prepare yourself for that. Here we go. Jeez, started the tree on fire. Ouch. Ow, ow, ow. I guess we're going to burn down a tree. And if we go in here, where'd it go? Where'd my bound blade go? Come on. Ow, 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 ow. Fire. Fire bad. Fire bad. Huh. Oh, you know what? I wonder if my magnet screwed it up. I probably did. Let me take off this magnet. Let me go grab another diamond sword, and we'll try that again. Alright. Fortunately, I'm not really too short on diamonds right now, so I can afford to screw this up. So, right-click on it, and try again. There it is. Perfect. And right-click it. That should bind it to us. So the sword here has basically two different modes. So in its current state, it's deactivated. If I shift and right-click, it's now active. And it should be drawing power from my soul network. But I think it only does it... Oh, it does it whenever I swing it. So... Or I guess it's over time. So yeah, you can see it's slowly drawing about 100 LP every few seconds. So I'm not going to leave it active because I don't have a lot of LP. And in fact, what I'm going to do is go over here and try to recharge my network a little bit. And if you remember, we do that pretty easily. We just need to throw the blood orb into the altar. So in that goes. Go ahead and let that drain off and fill it back up. So let me get some more LP in my soul network here, and then we're going to go have some fun with this, this sword. Okay, so I got about 30,000 LP, and if you'll notice, as I'm clicking this, I left the orb up in the altar, and it's just going to continue to drain It's going to continue to drain this until the altar is completely empty, which looks like it is now. And as you can see, as long as that chunk is loaded and my orb is in there, it's going to fill up my soul network through the orb. So now we need to go find some mobs. And I think I can go into... I actually want to go over to the village. Let's hop over to the village. And fortunately it's nighttime. Let's go outside and see what kind of trouble we can get into. So we're going to activate the sword, and we're going to go hunting for mobs. Oh, there's some off in the distance that spawned just in time. And hopefully this doesn't take too long. Oh, skeletons. Hey, not too bad. Got what we came for. Cool. Back to the base. Okay, back at the base, and the first thing we're going to do is make some more of these weak blood shards. I think I can. No, I can't. So, if you watch the rotation here, I need a minimum of a Master Blood Orb, which is the Tier 4 orb. I don't have that yet. So, we're going to have to go out and get some more of these later. But I can make the stone I need there. And what am I looking for? Let's see, I've got some sacrifice runes. I think I'm going to need to make some more runes. I don't think I've got nearly enough. Yeah, 8 and 5 does not equal 28. So I need to make some more runes, which means I need some more slate. I probably want to make a variety of runes. The self-sacrifice is going to be some of it, but I do also want to make the efficiency... No, the... which one is it? Probably some speed runes. Yeah, those aren't too hard to make. And those are nice because I can use the basic blood runes that I already have, so I can make some more speed runes. So let me get to work and make about 28 more runes, and then we will make a tier 4 altar. Okay, I've got the area around the altar cleared out and ready for the next tier. So, like we did with this tier 3, we're going to come out 1, 2, and go down 1. So 1, 2, and down 1. That's the center. So I'm going to go 3 out in each direction. Should give me a total of 7. And then the corners are going to be right here. So we're going to go ahead and just put some stone down. I'm going to mark that corner out with that guy. And this guy. 5, 6, 7. That corner's going to be there. Oop. Going right into my tunnel. That's okay. So that one's there. Okay, and I've made a combination of basic blood runes, speed runes, and then I've got those leftover runes of sacrifice. So let's just go ahead and put these down. The nice thing with these runes is that it really doesn't matter how I put them down, as long as they're in the right position, in the right order, the altar will be happy. So I'm going to put the speed runes around the other side. And the speed runes are nice because they actually speed up. Let me get rid of this rain. Hold on. Okay, rain gone. The speed runes speed up the imbuing process that happens in the altar. So that is very handy. I had one extra. Cool. Alright, so from this corner then we go up, and we want to be one block higher than where the glowstone is. So go up to the glowstone and then one higher. Just like that. Glowstone level, one higher. And we get this last corner real quick. And we should have a tier 4 blood altar once we're done. We do that. And that, boys and girls, looks like what it should look like. Let's right click this, and we in fact have a tier 4 blood altar. Now let's watch and see just how fast this guy really is. So let me go ahead and do some more sacrifice. With those extra sacrifice runes, that gets me quite a bit of LP out of one shot. Oh yeah, it was about 4,000, so it gave me about 15,000 LP, whereas I was getting about 12,000 before. So yeah, extra sacrifice runes really helped. So I'm going to go ahead and throw these in, and let's see how fast those speed runes work. So we'll fire them up and watch the imbuing process. That's nice. Look at how fast that is. And of course, it uses the same amount of LP, so I don't really get to save any. Yeah, there it's using the same amount of LP. But it goes through it a lot quicker. So that is pretty darn slick. Tier 4 blood altar. So let's take a look at what it's going to take to get our tier 4 orb. That's the master blood orb. We need a weak blood shard, so we're going to have to go get another one of those. And we need 40,000 LP. I only have 20,000 LP. So I can do a couple of different things. And what I may actually do, I can put in these runes of capacity, which is not a horrible idea. It's kind of spendy, because I've got to get this imbued slate. That's the 3rd level of imbued slate. So that takes quite a bit of LP. I think I can actually do something pretty much along the lines of what I did to get the tier 3 orb, that I can basically time the self-sacrifice just right and get some health potions and make sure that my incense is all burning. Because actually now I should be able to get the next level of incense even. So that's Livis. No, that Livis is what I'm using now. The next one would be here. This guy. Is that the next one? Yeah. Okay, so it takes a Master Blood Orb. That's fine. Oops. Looks like we're done here. Let's go ahead and grab that off of there. It's not going to do us any good. Cool. Well, that was pretty fast to do those 30-some slate. So let me get some things ready and get this altar filled up, and then we'll make our orb. Okay, we have 3 weak blood shards. I only needed 1. I got a couple extras. So now it's time to get to work. With the speed runes in here, actually these might work against me a little bit. Nah, we'll see what happens. So the altar is full. I got 20,000 in there. I need 40,000 total to get this guy upgraded. So let's go ahead, make sure those are on so it's not going to try to pull it out, because that would be unfortunate. And here we go. So this is going to drain pretty quick. Wow, look at it go. Holy cow. Wow, that was fast. I'm going to have to be quick on this. Yeah, these speed runes are working against me right now. 6 seconds. Speed runes are not working in my favor. That was not well planned. Alright. Hey, but that worked out. Cool. Let's go ahead and drink another one of these so I don't kill myself when I do that. And we got a weak, or a Master Blood Orb. Exciting stuff. That means I can build the next level of incense, and I can actually start now to automate the production of LP. But that is going to have to wait for the next episode. For now, this is Wulrig. Thanks for watching. We got our Tier 4 altar up and running today. So, remember, like the videos if you like them, dislike them if you dislike them. Leave me a comment, let me know what you think. And until then, I will see you next time. Bye-bye.